Good Tuesday evening, August 12th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. An 18-year-old suspect has been arrested for allegedly sparking the Balsamroot Fire on July 4th of last year. Runway repairs are now officially underway at Mansfield Airport. Hot and breezy weather is expected tomorrow, creating critical fire danger. I'll have your full local weather forecast coming up. Wenatchee Valley College has received a warning from the body that oversees college accreditation, which warns Wenatchee Valley College is out of compliance with standards around how it handles complaints and harassment amongst staff. The Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities took action against the college following a special visit to WVC's campus in April. In a letter sent to President Famous Harrison on Monday, the commission recommended that administrators and supervisors receive ongoing training on ethical management, operations, and handling of complaints and grievances. Additionally, staff are to receive training on preventing bullying, harassment, and discrimination. NCWLIFE's half-hour special report, Campus Crisis, documented multiple claims of harassment and misconduct among staff and faculty at the college. The next evaluation at Wenatchee Valley College will occur in spring of 2026. The commission is requiring WVC to address and resolve its shortcomings by August of 2029. An 18-year-old suspect has been arrested for allegedly sparking the Balsamroot Fire, a 305-acre wildland blaze that erupted outside Wenatchee on the 4th of July of 2024. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office says the male suspect set off a mortar in the Wenatchee foothills about 10 p.m., which set fire to the underbrush and burned into the next day. No structures were lost, but several neighborhoods were placed under Level 3 evacuation notices. One juvenile was arrested at the time, but never charged. Investigators worked the case for more than a year. The Sheriff's Office says among its evidence, a launch tube for the firework was found at the scene, and the suspect's DNA was present on the object. He's not been criminally charged, but deputies say he's facing possible counts of first-degree malicious mischief and second-degree reckless burning. A Manson sex offender awaiting trial for more than 2 years on charges of soliciting sex from minors is now charged in federal court. Bernardino Dwight Hamilton is 32 years old and has been held in the Chelan County Jail since January of 2023, when Chelan County Sheriff's deputies arrested him on suspicion of attempting to lure teenage girls through Snapchat. A federal grand jury indicted Hamilton on August 6th on 6 charges of enticement, plus 1 count of committing a new offense while registered as a sex offender. At one point, Hamilton also was charged in Chelan County Court with 3 counts of third-degree rape, but Judge Travis Brandt threw out those charges, ruling that prosecutors had failed to disclose evidence to his attorneys as required by law. U.S. Marshals are scheduled to take Hamilton into custody on Thursday to face his new charges in Spokane Federal Court. Wenatchee Valley Firefighters were kept busy on Monday with not 1 but 2 vehicle fires. Fire Chief Brian Brett says that both fires were extinguished in roughly 5 minutes and involved no injuries. The first was a Chevy truck in the 1200 block of South Mission Street in Wenatchee around 10 a.m. The second was an SUV engine fire around 4 p.m. at the intersection of North Kentucky Avenue and Northeast 8th Street in East Wenatchee. Brett says that the cause of both fires is under investigation. When we come back on Friday, the East Wenatchee City Council will interview all 5 applicants seeking to serve in former council member Mark Botello's vacant position. And Moses Lake High School and Chelan Middle School have been recognized for their school culture. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
On Friday, the East Wenatchee City Council will interview all 5 applicants seeking to serve in former council member Mark Botello's vacant position. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports that the council initiated the application and appointment process in early July, giving candidates about a month to submit applications. Botello resigned last month to move out of the state. The city received the applications from Jason Grover, Kayla Hodges, Nicole Mara, John Sturk, and Taylor Stimmel. The council will interview each applicant at its Friday meeting and then, after deliberation, will select Botello's replacement. Runway repairs are now officially underway at Mansfield Airport. Sizable cracks in the small airport's runway are being filled with resin to extend the lifespan of the aging asphalt and create overall safer airport operations. The repair work is being conducted in partnership between Douglas County and the Chelan Regional Port Authority. The port owns the airport and is resealing the cracks in the runway concrete as part of a long-term proposal to sell the airport for a proposed $313,000 purchase price. Moses Lake High School and Chelan Middle School have been recognized for their school culture. The schools are 2 of over 40 statewide that were honored with the 2025 Schools on the Rise Award by the Association of Washington School Principals and the Association of Washington Student Leaders. The award celebrates schools where students and adults collaborate to improve culture and amplify student voices while fostering inclusive and equitable environments. Recognition criteria includes examples of authentic student engagement, established systems of student and adults working together to lead the school, and data to illustrate the outcomes of student-adult joint leadership. Each school will be awarded a banner this fall. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will hear from Wenatchee City Administrator Laura Gloria, who will leave her job at the end of the month. Hot and windy tomorrow, creating critical fire danger, then cooler with showers by the weekend. I'll have all your local weather details coming up as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed, so relax. It's done.
Wenatchee city government is losing its strong right arm. Laura Gloria, who was recruited by former Mayor Frank Kuntz 5 years ago and has served as city administrator since 2023, will leave that post at the end of this month. Police Chief Edgar Reinfeld will act as administrator on an interim basis until a permanent replacement is found. Gloria previously served as a city executive in her hometown of Fresno, California. In an interview with NCWLIFE Jefferson Robbins and in tonight's feature story, Gloria says she wasn't necessarily seeking a new job in government when she moved to the Wenatchee Valley.
I worked 5 years in Fresno and I love the work, but it is high stress work and it is 60, 70 hour plus weekends. And so I really just said, let me take some time to relax, to figure out, do I want to continue to do this work? I think that you have to be 100% in this, otherwise it doesn't work, right? And so I took that pause to say, do I still want to do this? And Frank literally showed up at my doorstep. So just through some funny LinkedIn connections, found out that I was in town, and I joke that because it's a small town and it was much smaller than I lived in, I thought, does the mayor come say hi to everyone? Does he just show up and welcome everyone? Because I wasn't, and mind you, I lived in East Wenatchee, so obviously I hadn't figured out my political.
He crossed the river to come.
He did. Yeah, I hadn't quite figured out the differences just yet. So yeah, it was a really informal, positive conversation with Frank. Just, hey, you have this great experience. Come learn about Wenatchee. Let's see if this fits. I had some great conversations with directors and the council members, and it just felt good. It felt right. And of course, I love working with Frank. We're still really, really good friends. And so to me, it was very natural and it felt like the right thing to do. And I would have and have loved working with him. So it was a great choice.
The job of city administrator, can you sort of outline and describe what the duties are, what you're having to deal with day to day?
Yeah, so the city administrator job is sort of the administrative arm of the strong mayor form of government. And so operationally, I oversee all of the departments. And what that means is from a policy standpoint, from a funding standpoint, from a personnel standpoint, of course, we have the directors who do all of the day-to-day operations, but my job is really to kind of look at it all comprehensively and make sure that the policies of the mayor and the city council are moving forward, any major projects that are moving forward. So really it is, to me, the way I've done it is support to my team to make sure that the city continues to move forward on kind of administrative operations. I kind of to help give a frame of reference, it's sort of like a coach, right? You've got all of these great players and they know how to do their job and they're talented and they know how to play football. But there's always a coach to help look at the strategy. What are we doing 3 to 5 years from now? That's my job. And then also to support the city council and the mayor. So whether it's legislative policy, what's happening out in the state or federal levels, how does that all wrap into what we're doing locally? And so it really is kind of the conduit for a lot of stuff. I also interact a lot with the public. Same thing to, again, move forward those implementation policies and priorities. So I wear a different hat every day. It really is sometimes project management. It is sometimes things like planning our internal employee breakfast and helping, support workplace culture. And it's a little bit of everything, which I love. That's part of the fun of it.
Can you think of, Laura, any particular projects that you've come on board, tried to steer through, whether it's come to completion or not in your tenure, that you're proudest of having handled? You're proud of how they've developed or how they've come along?
Definitely Compliments Parkway. We can't go that much further without talking about that one. That one when I first got here, there were 2 positions that were handling that project, and unfortunately they moved on very quickly once I got hired. And so I took it on initially just to say, okay, let me understand what the project is, so then I can figure out who we need to hire to move it forward. But the more and more that I got involved, the more that I thought, this has to be handled at the mayor and kind of city, like the city administration level, because it's such an important project, and you're constantly working with state and federal officials and our local partners, and I couldn't let it go. But it was also such a fun project. I was reflecting back on even the environmental process. I had to become a quasi-noise expert to figure out how to explain that to the public and also communicate it to our council, to our partners like at the PUD. So not only was it really fun and challenging, but now seeing it being built in really like generally short time, to go from an environmental process, getting $92 million, getting another $85 million, and then having it go and be under construction right now is, you don't see that. So very proud of that, very proud of the team that also helped that, our engineering team, our lobbyists, our consultants. I mean, we've really had some top tier people working on this, and there's no way it would have gotten done as fast as it did if it wasn't for that team as well. So just really proud to have been part of that.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast, and I hope you had a great Tuesday. Boy, it was another hot one out there today. 98 yesterday, 99 on Sunday, and we reached the century mark today with not a cloud in the sky. Our Stein Hill tower camera, great shot looking back down at Wenatchee, and as I mentioned, not hardly a cloud in the sky and not much relief from that heat. Major heat risk for all of us in this red area, and that slides up into Wenatchee, also for Chelan. I don't know if Chelan quite reached 103 degrees today. We did here in Wenatchee, as well as Moses Lake and all of these areas to our south, all into the 100 degree to 105 degree mark. And we're going to keep this up because it's not going to cool down all that much tonight. Many of us with low temperatures right around 75 degrees. So boy, be extra careful out there. We did it 100 degrees unofficially today in the Wenatchee Valley, well above where we should be for this time of year. 88 is our normal high, 103 our record high. We almost got there. That was set in 2015. This morning, a mild overnight low, 70 degrees, actually a warm overnight low. 62 is normal, and 53 our record low, set back in 1991. We're at 2.68 inches of precip since January 1st, and that is now officially 2 full inches behind where we should be for this time of year. Sunrise 5:54, and it sets tonight at 8:17. Here's a look at what you can expect as you get into Wednesday. Temperatures will cool down and cool down quite a bit, but still pretty warm out there, especially in the Columbia Basin, Moses Lake and Ephrata at 94. Quincy will see 93, about 91 in Wenatchee, also Eniat, and then just a little bit warmer from Chelan up into Omak, 87 in Lake Wenatchee, and 90s tomorrow for both Leavenworth and for Cashmere. The big news tomorrow is wind, and we will talk about that in a second. Tonight, clear skies. It will be a little bit breezy as low pressure collides with high pressure that's been parked out in the Pacific. We will stay definitely on the mild side overnight with lows in the low 70s. And here's our wind as we get into Wednesday afternoon. We're talking gusts possibly up to 30 miles an hour, creating critical fire danger, fire weather watch in place all day tomorrow. Going to be cooler too with high temperatures in the low 90s, so a little cooler and then much cooler as we get you into Thursday. Mostly sunny. We'll see high temperatures on Thursday with a quiet day expected into the mid 80s. As we get you into the end of our week and into the weekend, things get a little bit wet. Mostly cloudy on Friday. It's all because of an area of low pressure that's coming down from the Gulf of Alaska. and a pretty good area of showers as we get into Friday afternoon, especially back to our west. It will be cooler. We might not even reach 80 degrees for a high temperature on Friday. And then as we get you into the upcoming weekend, a mix of clouds and sun on Saturday. Once again, we'll keep about a 50% chance of mainly shower activity on Saturday. High temperatures warming a little bit into the low 80s to kick off our weekend. And then by Sunday, that ridge of high pressure sort of redevelops in the western part of Washington. We'll stay on the mild side Sunday with high temperatures then into the mid 80s, and not much change as we start our next work week on Monday. Mostly sunny and mild. This ridge of high pressure once again will keep that area of low pressure at bay, at least on Monday. Will be nice with high temperatures Monday in the mid to upper 80s. All right, your 7-day forecast, 73 degrees overnight tonight. Fire weather watch, which I think will turn into a warning as we get into Wednesday. 91 with wind for Wednesday. Mostly sunny and cooler on Thursday at 86. And then maybe some wet weather. A 50% chance of rain both Friday and Saturday. And boy, look at those temperatures. Much cooler. 79 Friday, 83 on Saturday. And then some nice weather for both Sunday and Monday. Mostly sunny skies with high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Remember when you could afford to have fun on two wheels without breaking the bank? Maybe you started on a Honda Z50 or a Trail 70 or one of the most popular Hondas of all time, the Trail 90. Well, Honda and Doghouse Motorsports are making fun affordable again. Introducing the Honda Monkey, the Dax, and the new updated Trail 125, all featuring fuel-injected 4-stroke engines with electric start. The best part of all, they are affordably priced under $5,000. Whether you're just getting started or you want to get back at it, Doghouse Motorsports has you covered.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Well, the Mariners are trying to continue a 7-game winning streak today with the first of 3 games in Baltimore. Seattle heads into Baltimore with a 66-53 record. That's good enough for second behind Houston in the American League West. Orioles have had a disappointing season so far, 53-65 coming in. They're last in the AL East, 15.5 games behind Toronto. George Kirby is on the mound for Seattle, who's 7-5 with a 4.04 earned run average. Dean Kramer gets the start for the O's. He's 8-8. with a 4.35 earned run average. That game is already underway and it's being broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. While Seattle had the day off Monday for travel, rest of the American League West saw action. Houston beat Boston 7-6 and now leads Seattle by a full game in the division. Texas walked off against Arizona 7-6 in extra innings on Jake Berger's RBI single in the bottom of the 10th. Angels beat the Dodgers in the Battle of LA 7-4, and Tampa Bay beat the Athletics by a final also of 7-4. Well, the Seahawks are back in pads today at training camp as they prepare for the Chiefs coming up on Friday. According to 10-year veteran Jaron Reed, this is the part of training camp where you need to make your own fun.
I learned from the best, right? But, just coming in the building, it's just me. You can't come in here, with a down attitude. We spend a lot of time in this building, and you got to just take it onto the chin and take it what it's for. So I like to have fun, I'm a bubbly person, believe it or not. I'm not mean. I have fun with the guys in the building. We always joking and playing. It just makes the day go by faster. And then when you're on the field, man, you got to love what you do, man. I love football. So you know, going out there, that's my sanctuary. So I go out there, you know, talking gets me through the day. I think you can ask the guys, I talk all through individual. Literally, I don't think I shut up enough. And I think I talk all the time in the meeting room too. But it just it just keeps us going. I got to tell myself to be quiet sometimes, to be honest. I just keeps it fun, man. It makes the day go by, make work a lot easier.
Meanwhile, it's all about business for Coach Mike McDonald. He lined out what this week looks like as they prepare to host Kansas City on Friday.
The way the preseason's set up in camp, there's eight days between each game. So instead of just trying to get as much work in without while being as smart as possible. So, you know, we'll kind of ramp into the KC game. So we're in pads again tomorrow, Shells Wednesday, and then kind of into our pregame routine starting on Thursday. So, but the guys were locked in. A lot of great work today. So very pleased. Take the rest of the day. Got some meetings throughout the afternoon, and then go recover and get ready to just put the pedal down for the rest of the week.
McDonald says this is the part of camp where rookies and free agents push the veterans for playing time.
Well, the competition's hot. I mean, this is the time where you put your hard work on display, and I wouldn't say that we're exclusively evaluating these guys off of game reps, but it does matter on how it shows up in the game. We get a lot of great observations out here at practice every day, and how you go about your business in the building matters a ton too. And then I think it's going to be really fun to see these guys practice against Green Bay, you know, in the joint practice and ultimately the third game. So it's just you have all these opportunities to get to know the guys, see how it fits. Not easy decisions, which is a great problem for the Seahawks. You know, we're deciding through, you know, between a lot of great players. And look, I think you saw last year how we started the season with our roster isn't necessarily how it looked week 3, 6, 12, how we finished the season. But these are guys that I can confidently say that we're investing in our building, and no matter how it shakes out, we want them to be here so we can develop them, and eventually they can earn an opportunity to be on the field.
Jackson Smith-Njigba says he and his offensive teammates are benefiting from facing a tough defense each day in training camp.
Reek he's unique. You know, I feel like he's got to be the tallest cornerback and definitely one of the fastest. So, you know, it's a challenge every day going against him. He's a special player, and yeah, I mean, it's a tough battle. I know I've definitely gotten better these last couple months. Time will tell. You'll see. I think, you know, my route running, catching, I think it'll all, you know, just level up. You know, that's kind of what I'll work on. There are specific things that, you know, I definitely try to detail my work on, but I think overall, as a person just watching my game, you'll just see me take it to the next level.
After its first game tie against the Raiders, Seattle stays within the AFC West this weekend with Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs coming to town. The game Friday at Lumen Field kicks off at 7 o'clock. That'll be on King 5 TV. While the Wenatchee Apple Sox have packed up their bags and players have headed back to college, the rest of the West Coast League continues the playoffs without them. The North Division Championship to be determined in Edmonton tonight when the Riverhawks host the Bellingham Bells. The South Division title is being played in Portland, where the Pickles are hosting the Corvallis Knights. The winners of tonight's games will play for the West Coast League Championship. That'll be Thursday night at the higher remaining seed. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for this Tuesday newscast. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. NC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.